Hey, like I said, one quick thing, and it's obnoxiously loud, so I didn't want to deafen anybody. All right, that means my audio is working. I just got that in my earbud, so I got to mute this because I'm hearing myself at about a 3 second delay, and it throws me off super hard. And we're back. I actually just finished recording a video that this is a part of. So, let me share the stream here real quick. And then we are going to copy link. And then we'll get started. While I'm doing this and I'm thinking about it, just cold enough that I want a little bit of heat. Next. Where does this phone go? Weird. Thought I heard that phone going off too. All right. That's shared. Now we're gonna jump over to here, like that. Share that. All right, that's all done. I got one other thing to check, and then we are gonna jump down into it right after I grab a drink. This is what happens when I go, I think I'm gonna do a live stream, hit start without any other planning at all. All right, there's that. We're gonna bring the stream back up. I got my chat all ready to go so I can see what y'all are saying. Now you can't talk bad about me. And we're gonna start off by standing this up, and we'll follow this. All right. I will warn you, this is part of next week's video, or a future video. It's probably going to be in the next, it's going to be in the next 2 or 3. So I just recorded one for tomorrow that I'm going to edit up and see if I can get a new intro edited together. Because if I can, I'm going to redo this, what I already have in the pipe now. Oh, yeah, that was a massive crack in the old back there. That felt amazing. Should be this one, and then we're gonna hit it with some water to pop our grain. Oopsies. There. really need to get a new profile picture for this too. Ow! That really hurt. Man. We've got some carving videos coming up too, and I sharpened a bunch of knives. One of my tools just hit me right on where one of my scabs is. I think it just tore it off. Feel a little something trickling down my leg now. That felt amazing. Hi, new people. Feel free to say hey in chat. Otherwise, I'm just gonna ramble like I always do. I'm just finishing this up from the video I recorded for probably next Wednesday, and then we're gonna get into stuff I do for fun, because not been the greatest of days for me, and I'm just out here playing and figured see if anybody wants to join and say hey. What's up, CRG? I see that. I recognize the profile, or your profile pic, man. How you been? Here. You know what? Purple and pink, because that's Eastery, I think. If it's not, I'll hear about it later. Alright. Here. There's our purples. How you been, man? It's been way too long since I've seen you or chatted with you this way. Hopefully better than me in the last year. It's not been very fun. But hopefully Monday I'll change all that, so. I'm tired of being unemployed. All right. Get some let's reverse this back and get some wax on this so we can cut it off and start working on front set. I definitely appreciate that, man. That's kind of part of why I do it. Plus, I don't know if you were here when I was rambling to myself, because I talk to myself way too much, because, you know, only child living alone. I talk to myself more than I probably should, but I was literally just out here playing anyway, so I figured, what the heck, let's see if I can chat with anybody, because I get lonely. That's right. So am I, man. It's a blessing and a curse at the same time, which I'm sure you know. I don't know if you agree with me, but ooh, I like that. I really like the way that one came out. I feel like it matches the music I picked for tonight. Alright. One of my new toys I got for myself right around Christmas. Fun fact, if you're new to turning, avoid small tools. I have a whole stash of them, but these are the most dangerous tools I own. Just throwing that out there. But the only exception to the what I would call danger is this little guy, just because it's a little itty bitty baby sander. But if you know what you're doing, it's but if you're just starting off, the bigger the tool, the better it is, because the bigger ones give you more leverage. Leverage, that's the fancy scientific word I'm looking for. Because if you get a catch or anything, one of those that you can barely fit one hand on, it'll throw or it'll catch. Assume that I'm working this way, but it'll catch. And even if you're using both hands, you've got nothing here. Where it catches, this will flip up. And I've actually seen videos, even someone holding it like this, it just flips right up. Miss the side of somebody's head by less than a foot. But that's why they're marketed for pen turning. And that's like, you will not see me use them at anything bigger than a pen or something on a spindle. So if you're talking about being an only child, it definitely can, but my problem is I just get too lonely. Because most of my friends are married with kids now, and I rarely get to see them. But now, well, on to a project that I've previously prepared. Do I have no pen press? I do have a pen press out here. I can even put this together tonight. Or should I say on stream. It's not the one I like, but it's one that'll work. All right. All right, there's that. All right. No, okay. Thought I saw a weird notification pop up, but it was a YouTube video. All right. Let's have some fun. That wasn't as much fun. I am starting a new job Monday, but I do appreciate it because I've been fired from 2 others since I've started working, or since I've started looking again. But I was also off for 5 months last year. That looks amazing because the place I was at when I started this channel. Let's just say it caused this little thing known as asthma. So, and unfortunately, it's done enough damage to where I'm probably going to be on an inhaler the rest of my life, or at least a good long while. So, then it doesn't help that, you guys haven't seen this video yet because I don't even have it together, but all of this stuff, yeah, I found out I'm allergic to a bunch of different species. That's why you'll see me starting to be a little more anal about making sure I've got proper respirators when I'm doing wood. Of course, I just recorded a video that I didn't wear one, so, I'm trying to get better. I'm working on it. That is going to be pretty. I've never actually worked with this coloration of blank before, so I grabbed it a while ago thinking it'd be cool and felt like making me a new pen for a new job. So now I'm playing. Yeah. That went a lot faster than I was expecting. Because my original plan was just do this and jump off, but I was hoping for about an hour. That ain't no hour. All right, CRG, let me know what to do after this, because yeah, I'll be done in about 10 minutes. Yeah, it wouldn't take long to clear off anything, so I can even turn a table saw on if you guys want to deal with the noise. All right, sandpaper. Can you tell I'm a bit tired? I'm like all over the map right now. Oh, that's something we could do. Oh, I don't have any of this out here to do. I got a couple. Got those too. Oh, you know, I'm low on honey dippers and muddlers. I can do that too. Okay. But if you don't give me any ideas, we're doing honey dippers and muddlers because I'm critically low on both. All right. Cut this down to half speed, ditch the bottom two, and we should be set up to go for some. I don't even know what this is, but it's like a plastic acrylic-y type thing. Pretty. Works for me because I prefer doing live streams from my lathe because, I mean, when I say I'm low on muddler and honey dippers, and I got a whole stack of these sitting right next to me. This is just the top row of them. Those are the blanks that I have cut and ready for them. And I need to get them knocked out. So at my feet here that I'm kicking, those are all top blanks that I am insanely low on. I just don't feel like doing tops tonight. Mainly because when I do that, I need to go through and sharpen up a bunch of tools, get all my spindle stuff over here. Because I like to, when I'm doing those, I just like to get in a groove and go. And when a tool gets dull, set it to the side and go until they're all dull. I don't think I could do that again if I tried. I got hot. And being that this is for me, I could stop right there, but I'm not going to. This thing is pretty. Yeah, it's a little low for you guys. Let's see. I can't zoom in. I'll give you guys a nice close-up once I'm done polishing and get it off of here before we put it together. Last 10 standing steps. Cool. And I got my plastic polish out here tonight, which is something I forgot to do in a couple things a couple of weeks ago, and they turned out like crap. Turn that up a little more. Wait, these pads are more for polishing than actual sanding. This one will take off, well, everyone will take off more than the previous pad. But this is where you really get your the depth of the color when you're doing plastics, acrylics, resin, stuff like that. I wish I had another thing of pens out here because I would totally start cutting and drilling tubes to do the next round of them. I don't know if you follow me on Facebook or not, but I think it took almost all of January. I actually knocked out 200 new pens for the year. And I think I've got another 50 to go. I was so sick of pen turning by the time I was done. Holy cow. Clearly I didn't stay sick of it long because here it is April and here's a pen. don't know how I feel about this the more I look at it. Yeah, well, I already committed, so we're gonna stay with it. Yeah. Sorry, I had to reply to a text real quick. I don't think I was left alone. Fuck. I'm lonely. And if you're still here, I'm just being silly and a little dramatic. Man. This is the most important step I can do. It's just taking a wet rag, wiping it down, flip it over to a completely clean side, and just get all the dust, even though it's wet and that water really pulls it off. Sometimes it can still accumulate on there. So get all that junk off of there, and then makes that a lot better. Oh, here's something weird. I need microphone to the right. No. Okay, Yorkshire Grit microphone. Actually, no, I'm going to run the gambit of them. I'm going to hit it with the black tin first. The original Yorkshire Grit, the black tin. Off the top of my head, I can't tell you all the differences, but I am pretty sure that it doesn't go as fine because there's little sanding particulate worked into this, and it's the description on the top. I don't want to yell. The description on the top is a hand-blended mix of mineral oil, beeswax, and abrasive powders designed to give your wood turning the perfect foundation for finishing. Even though this isn't wood, I'm going to start off with this, and then we're going to go to microfine, and it's same thing, hand-blended mix of mineral oil, beeswax, and microfined adhesive powders designed to leave a highly polished surface on resins, hybrids, and woods. That's why I'm starting with the lower one first, because you always start with the most aggressive grit and work your way to the finest. And by the way, that whole glob I took out was way too much, because that's more than covered. You know, these cans cost, I think it's $25. It's $20 or $25 a piece. I try to make it go as far as I can, and you really don't need a whole lot of it. Now we're just gonna work all that in. I appreciate it, man. Like I said, when I'm alone, I just talk to myself and ramble anyway. Sometimes it's pretty fun to go back and listen to these if I didn't have anybody to talk to. You never know what's going to come out of my mouth next. Even I don't have the time. It's kind of disturbing some days. And I really brought that to life. Microphone time. Appreciate it, man, because if you ever want to know where I'm going to be for craft shows and stuff, that's where you go. I don't put a lot of that on here because on here I get a lot more international people watching, and I really don't think they're going to come to Ohio just to want to look at stuff I got for sale. But if you do, I'm not opposed to sending a picture or slow video of my display. I've taken orders that way. And I do have the ability to ship. I don't know about international, but being a small operation like I am, I don't think it'd be that hard to figure out. Ooh, I can see the tube through that. Oh. Alright, we are going to go to, that's Ultra Gloss. This is a liquid plastic polish. Says it's non-drying, non-cracking, creates an ultra-high gloss finish on most plastics, removes scratches, works great on plexiglass, corian, and formica. I actually don't even know what this is used for. For machine use, same surface needed. 1,200 grit. Oh, dang! I took mine to 12,000, not 1,200. It's always done well for me, so I ain't sweating. And if you're catching this for the first time or have never seen any of my plastic turning videos, this is actually what I do with every single plastic or acrylic or resin or hybrid pen that I sell and make. It takes about this much work for all of them. That's why they run a little bit more money. And if you've never seen a hybrid pen blank, since I'm thinking about it, as soon as I get done with this coat, or as soon as I get done on this step, I will run and grab a couple so you guys can see a few of the ones that I got in stock. I'll warn you, they cost a pretty penny too, because it's a mix of different things that you got to do in order to make them. Which terms is that? I wasn't looking at my chat for a minute. I was, like I said, I was rambling. I gotta go this way. Don't judge me either. I got a bunch of these, and though they don't sell all that great. And a couple of them I got from me too, because I do love the way they look. But I got to find the right pen that I want to make them with. But we got, there it is. All right. I'm going to try to do this without dropping anything because it will be loud. But like, There's one, you can see it's got the gray and yellow swirls in it with, I believe that's maple or Buckeye burl. I'm not sure which. They look pretty similar. Here's a couple others. You can even see that, like, yeah, this one, it's got they fill little gaps and stuff with them. I'm not sure what all these woods are, because I do buy these. I don't make them myself. I've made a few, but I can't get the color gradient to not mix like that. This one I'm not too sure about because I don't care for that mixing in with it, and it looks like it's about halfway through on both sides, which usually means it'll be fairly regularly across. Like here's one where they dyed maple purple with green and purple in it. That's just a crazy rainbow looking one. That's one they dyed it green on the sides. That one came from Amish country. I don't know where they get it from because I don't think they make it those in-house, but they might. They do a fair bit of resin work down there. It's kind of impressive. Yeah, we're not looking at the price. It's no longer this cheap. But that's got like a pearly look to it. Another green and purple. The one that this one's spoken for, but and like they dyed some of the wood green. They got all these different crazy colors in it. Still not sure what you're wanting me to go in on depth on there, my bud, or my dude. But I only claim to be slow for a reason. If you're talking about the chemicals and stuff, I read the descriptions, but I can go more in depth, no problem. I just got to make sure I understand before, because I don't want to start rambling on one thing and be wrong. All right. Since I forgot, this is just regular, plain old boring beeswax. There's nothing fancy to it. It's just what they pull out of the beehives. I'm gonna buff this up and hopefully CRG gets back to me, because I'm at the point where I can stop, break off, and do anything right now. And I do need this up this fast because I need as much friction as possible to get this to melt. And I'm not sure if you guys can see the line or not, but there is a line in this that I'm watching while I follow this. When I see it pretty much disappear is when I know I've got it worked in. That got really hot. Thank you, man. But yeah, seriously though, if I didn't cover something you got questions on, throw it out now, because I'm going to be tearing this setup out, which is going to take me a minute, and put a couple things away and grab what I need to throw this pen together. And like right now is the perfect time for me to stop and break off into any questions you got. Ugh. Please tell me it's loose. Thank you. Oh, and I'm assuming you're talking about the blanks. Yeah, I really do like them. Um, the problem is they're like $18 to $22 a piece before I touch them. So, in one of the stores I get most of my stuff from, it's what, like 55 minutes one way. And with it being an Amish country, and I usually get stuck behind at least one horse and buggy, just call it an hour because that's how I figure it. All right, I'm gonna grab my pen first. Ironically enough, the last pen this one put together was the exact same model. I don't need my tailstocks. Just drop that on the ground. Actually, do I have? I don't have it. All right. Where did I put the bag with the pen parts? Where's the bag with the pen parts? Where'd it go? 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 It should be over here. Oh, I myself all of this. What I get for being silly. All right. All right. I need that little guy. Okay. Oh, sorry. Grabbed a couple spice dots because I'm craving something just to munch on. I don't know why tonight. I'm not usually a munchy person. So the different chemicals, namely the Yorkshire grits, they're basically the same thing. Oh, and all I'm doing with this is just it's a tool to press everything together. I want it nice and tight right there. You can't get your fingernail through. That's all I need that for, actually, for the particular model. For my heater. Oh. Did I just drop the spring? I just dropped the spring I needed. And right now I can't get replacements. Oh, I'm gonna have to raid another kit because I'm sure I'm gonna have another one that's missing something. I will get to them. Just let me get this thing together first real quick. If I focus in, I can knock it out. Well, at this point, I don't really need to worry about it. I'm just going to throw that down there so I can get some replacements. So for the Yorkshire grit, all it is a paste. It's got, like I said, mineral oil, beeswax, and microfine abrasives, or abrasive powder. I've actually never looked at these side by side. Okay, so it is abrasive and microfine abrasive powders. They're different. Right, but, sorry, I'm trying to, can you tell I've got ADHD sometimes? Bring this over here. But yeah. Look at that. It's so pretty. It's growing on me. I wasn't too sure at first, but yeah, I'll throw some glow ink in it later and we'll call it good. What's up, Ruckus? I haven't seen you in a while either, man. Hardest project That they're all hard the first time I do them. The most nerve-wracking was definitely the aquarium stand I made for my 90-gallon aquarium before I ever did any of this. But hey, it's, how long has it been? 4 or 5 years, still holding together, and it hasn't failed, so I did something right. But all right, so anyway, back to what you asked originally. Now that I'm done with all that and can focus, hopefully focus. All Yorkshire grit is this. It's just a paste. Just get a little bit on here. A little more than that. So it's just a paste wax that the I use the trick with beeswax and mineral oil for what I make for cutting board. Or I changed it. It used to be called board butter. Now I just call it wood butter because I use the same thing on bowls. But all that paste does is it holds the beeswax and everything in there. And then they have a microscopic powder that they put in there, which, like, this is what really gives you that shine on plastics. But yeah, so I was lost in chat for a second. But yeah, stuff like this is what'll give you that. It's the difference of where you get that almost three-dimensional look in resins, like right through, especially through here. It'll take this from looking like it's an actual like liquid that's just captured in time, and looking like it has multiple layers to it like it should, or just a flat gray kind of swirl pattern. Because where you get the I'm trying to think of the right words. I got plastic one over here. Because let me get behind this so I can actually make sure I'm holding this in the right spot, because I guess a lot. But like where this side's kind of dull and that side, oh, of course they put the label over the side I want to show. Well, we'll just cover all that stuff up. Like where that's a lot shinier and prettier versus where that's just kind of not as shiny. That gives you a lot more depth when you're looking at it. That's the difference of using something like the Yorkshire grit to not using it. Because it just, when you're dealing with plastics and acrylics, it's all about minimizing scratch lines. Because every time or every grit that I hit, all I'm trying to do is hide the scratch marks from where I was at before. So when when you're sanding, the rule of thumb is you always, or you never increase by more than half. So like if you start with like one of the sanding packs that I use, I don't get these pre-made. They come in a sleeve where like it'll be a sleeve of 60, a sleeve of 120, a sleeve of 180. And then I break them down, lay them all out, and rubber band them together. Because it makes my life easier when I'm trying to get everything done. Because that way, like when I'm out here, I got a whole basket full of them, and another basket on the other side of the shop that's got even more. But that way I can just grab a small stack, throw it next to me, and I've got them. Normally I don't have this many next to me, but I'm not complaining today. But yeah, so. Oh, right. Yeah, so when you're sanding, all you're trying to do is hide the sanding marks from the grit before with it, so it's not as deep, not as noticeable. Then when I get to the polishing pads, which over here, so like, you know, that starts at 1500. I wish you guys could feel these, because if you run your finger over that versus where I end up, like this feels like a piece of paper. Like you literally cannot feel the grit, yet it still does. It takes material off. It's insane. The differences. Like the first time I used it, it blew my mind. Even understanding the basics of what I'm doing, I couldn't believe it was going to do anything. And then I used it, and it was like I actually feel a difference. So this actually wouldn't be a half bad video just to sit down, and just rant about sanding. See, I really do use the pens I make. Don't judge my handwriting or the fact that I misspelled videos. When it's a note for me, I don't care. But yeah, because then when I move on to something like this, the Huts Ultra Gloss, it's specifically formulated to polish plastic. It's basically like the same wax you put on your car. It's just more liquidy, so that way I can really work it in, because it's designed for either a hand polisher where you'd be, like working over your car, or a lathe like this that spins, so I'm not actually physically moving, because if you're actually, doing it by hand, I don't know about you, but personally, when I've done that, I much prefer something that will give me I want something a little thicker that'll actually stay on there and won't try to run away. Or what really ticks me off is when it dries up. But that's me. I'm also trying to hand wax anything anymore. I know what my life center. Or not my life center, my spur, my drive. One second. Should be in here. The joys of going, yeah, I need to rearrange my entire shop. I tore down a bunch of shelves and stuff a couple weeks ago, and I'm still trying to figure out what I need to throw over here. And my late grandfather had a bunch of pegboard stuff, so I just need to find it so I can hang stuff over here, because I got that, which is for these little guys. Get in there, because once it's all locked down, that's my setup for doing light pulls. But did everybody run away? I didn't think I was being that boring. All right. I need to find a place to hang my center finders too. All right. I feel like somebody might be a little behind in said video. All right. I kind of like this. It's kind of a chill vibe. I kind of like it. All right. Let's raise this up a little bit so we can see if I can get a little bit of a bed. What's up, Len? I don't even know what the heck that was. I just tapped something I didn't mean to. What did that share? Oh, that's funny. All right, now that I can actually see what you said, I am just I'm transitioning. I was working on a pen, and now I'm gonna throw a couple Honey Dippers muddlers on. There's the pen I literally just finished like 15 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, something like that. But just out here having some fun, getting some stuff knocked out, and thought I'd go live and see if anybody'd want to hang out, chill, chit chat, try to keep me somewhat sane. That's a full-time job right there, let me tell you. That. I've never done a Fox Inkwell for a pen before. What just caused this thing to throw? Did I really just? I don't think I hit that. What the heck? No, because if I'm using an Inkwell, I've been known to use dip pens when I'm bored and just want to punish myself for some reason. Yeah, I don't like that at all. It's roughly where I want it. Those are fun to make, man. Or am I just weird thinking that little intricate things are fun to make? That could be. I am weird. And I'll be the first one to admit it. This thing's dull. Woo! That was hot. Sounds like it'd be pretty, man. I'm doing this wrong. A lot of stuff there. So I usually do. I try to leave. I got nothing to spot. Ooh. Then again, I'm not a fair judge of that because green is literally my favorite color. So there's that. I mean, it's not like I'm wearing a green hoodie, green watch, green pants. My favorite fountain pen has green ink. Heck, the phone I'm recording on has a green case. The MacBook I use for all my videos is a green case. There. Time to do this the lazy way. Carbide. That's definitely the goal. It's been kind of rough lately because I've been in between jobs, and this is not. If you sell stuff, you know this is not the time of year to be not able to get into shows because most of the big ones I was hoping to have already filled up for the season. But hey, I start a new job Monday, so I can't gripe too much. I'm just hoping once I can afford it, I can still get into some of them. You know, I just decided earlier today I wanted to make a pen for myself later. So I came out here and did it. What was I gonna grab? I was gonna grab something for this. I can't remember. That's what it was. I think I saw what I need. I got to go grab my box of inserts. I'll be right back. They tried to keep it closer to me when I'm doing the live stream, but I forgot to move it today. That's for that exciting. I was looking for that until last week and couldn't find it. All right. Big box O tool inserts. Please tell me I have a CRZ or a CI1 out here. Sorry, I misspoke. A CI0, and I do. That'll make you happy. Because this tool is dull. All right. I gotta say, I am really liking this new song or music I tried to make. It's like the perfect chill music I needed after today. I know this has got to be fascinating for you guys, especially on replay. All right. That right there, because I'm notorious at losing my Allen wrenches. Slow this down to sanding speed. Sanding speed, not ramming speed. Sanding speed. Although ramming speed is more fun. Oh, now all of a sudden I want to go watch Star Trek. It's amazing with that. Sorry, my nerd showing. The joys of sanding. Is it just me, or is it the bane of every woodworker? All right, Len, you too, man. Have fun making your pen stand if you're working on that later. Sorry about that. I had to look at a few text messages. I do have some plans later tonight, so I'm hoping to be able to, hoping I get enough heads up before I gotta go. All right. Now, for those of you that are new to woodworking or new to my channel, it's time to do probably my least favorite part of this, pop the grain. All popping the grain involves is spraying this down with water, and then letting it dry. I'm not going to worry about down into here because, well, I'm not sanding in there, and two, I'm not going to do any oil soaks tonight, so. All right. Well, this is drying. One of the things I do with these before I ever sell them, once I get them to this point, is I will actually dunk these in food grade mineral oil, pop it in a vacuum chamber, pull a vacuum where it pulls all the air out of the wood. Then when I put the air back in, so say this is, so if this is the oil over it, it bubbles up, everything comes out. Once all the air is out, and I put the pressure back in, it pushes the oil deep into that wood. And then if I don't let them sit for at least a week, changing out the paper towels every day, these things turn into an oily mess, and it will probably you'll have oil dripping out of it for a while even after that. But it's food safe, or it's safe to consume, so I'd rather deal with a little bit of a mess of my stuff, because it's usually where it ends up. And then if you do pick one up, I will actually give you a warning, like, hey, and wrap it in tissue paper. These were just made, so be warned, it's gonna have a lot of oil coming out of it for a while, but it's no big deal, because at the end of the day, it's what keeps anything from getting into the pores of the wood. So that should be dry enough. And then for our final sand, I do it just the same as the rest of them. Move this. Alright. These spots. And set those there. I'm going to pull that 60 grit off. Now we're going to burnish this. All burnishing does is it's a way of helping it seal everything up. It also gets the real nice, pretty shine to it. And all you do is take sawdust from the wood that you've been turning and just hold it against there and let the lathe spin. Now I'm going to cut the back end off, and I'll take this off with my bandsaw when I'm done. I'm doing that because I'm hoping somebody I know watches me jumps whenever I do it, and I haven't seen you in too long, so hurry up and come and say hi. All right. Now for the fun part. That's sarcasm, by the way. All right, and then where I just had to cut that off, leaves a little bit of a rough edge. This is why sometimes I'll use a chuck, but I'm trying to make these longer than I have been, so I'm doing it between centers this way. Like you can even tell if you catch the light just right. Let me make sure I'm catching the light just right. Where the difference in the burnished and unburnished wood is. Don't make it any easier. Oh yeah. So you can tell where I actually had to cut it off. If you're ever looking at these, that's the only reason there's a color difference. If you guys are seeing the dark brown bottle, it's not beer, I promise. Can't stand the taste of alcohol. Here's my cream soda that I got up next if I get thirsty, which I usually do when I'm out here playing with sawdust, but close enough. Let's do a muddler. Yeah. It was good to me. All right. I think we're gonna. All right. I think we're gonna sand this up and call it a night. If anybody's watching that I'm not seeing on here, because it doesn't always give me accurate numbers. If you got questions, throw them out. So otherwise, I'm starting to get a little sleepy, and I still got a bunch of other stuff I got to do tonight. So. That's another video idea. Yeah. I throw that in chat so that way, if anybody sends anything, it's easier for me to see it. That was hot. And that's what happens when you get too close to the edge. I definitely don't like that wobble, but not much I can do about it. All right. All right. Oh, I just got to cut this off and we're done. Where did I put my detail carbide gouge? Should be right there. That's where I put it. The heck? Well, that's just frustrating. Well, I'm going to have to try to do this with a different... Oh, no, there it is. I put it in the wrong hole. It fell through. On my tool holder on the base of this lathe stand, there's one that's huge and the rest of them are all small enough to where I can drop them in and it'll just sit on top. I put it in the one that's big, or too big. All right. We got this supported for one hand. All right. All right, last call's up. We're shutting the bar down. Everybody out. Have a good night. I think I'm funny. All right, folks. Well, it's another style of muddler I just recently discovered. I wouldn't use that end. I'm going to actually sand this down so it's flat before I head in. But, and you got that way it doesn't matter. You can smash your stuff up. Works with either end. Get a nice strong grip on it either side. So, alright. I see somebody just jumped in, so if you got any questions or anything, I got about 2-3 minutes before I can actually have to leave. So throw them out now. I'm watching chat. I'm hoping. I'm here to talk. I'm here to answer questions. Don't make me go on. Don't make me act like a... and I left. Okay, well, I'm guessing the one viewer is me from my phone. So with that, I will say, cat in the hat, that be dat. See you guys later.